Hello. How are you? Sleepy. You said you're sleepy. Oh my. Welcome to the sleepy stream. We're not sleeping on this stream, I promise. Hold on. Let me get a post-it note poster so I don't deafen you with the sound of my tea chalice. I have musket tea today. I wasn't sure how that was going to taste. Honestly, when I was making it, it smelled absolutely horrendous. But it honestly doesn't taste as bad as I thought it would. It's more mild. And if you're wondering, XB, what's musket? Well, I'll tell you. Wait, hold on. Hold on a second here. Oh, we're using the wrong camera. No. Are we? Hold on. Wait, what is that? Oh, that's my laundry. I thought it was something on my desk. But it's just my laundry hang drying. I don't have a dryer, so I just hang my clothes. I think that's pretty normal though. So, but I thought it was on my desk because it looked weird from the perspective. Does it taste like breech-loaded rifles? Unfortunately, it doesn't. I think musket is the grape they use for Moscato, but I don't know. What is Moscato made? Oh. Moscato is wine made from muscat grape. Yeah, I'm gonna pretend that I knew that before I thought about it today. Because I remember somebody told me, they were like, yeah, muscat grape. And I was like, oh, okay. And today I was looking at the tea and whatever, and I was making the tea, and I thought, oh my god, is muscat grape what they make Moscato with? And I just realized it today. And it makes sense too, because I mean, it's kind of like a yellowish color, so. I'm not a huge wine drinker. I drink it a little bit, but not often, so it is what it is. Today is an exciting day. We're reading the second act of A Midsummer Night's Dream. Ooh, and good news. So, I uploaded the stream from yesterday onto my YouTube channel. I do have a YouTube channel. It's a little weird. I uploaded some things from like a year ago, so if you want to see things that are extremely embarrassing, like me singing songs and stuff, my YouTube is linked through my, my profile. So if you want to go to the YouTube channel, you can watch the first act of A Midsummer Night's Dream now, officially. And you can watch some other embarrassing things that I have done on the internet. Things that will never change. Yeah. There are just some like embarrassing music videos that I make, different songs and whatever. They're actually pretty fun. I was doing that. That was a concept I was toying with a little bit ago, but I threw it in the trash. This is essentially what happened. I don't know. If you would ever be interested in a music stream or something like that, I could totally do that, and we could make that happen if that's something you're interested in. But, you know, check it out. It's on my channel, whatever. It's not that big of a deal. So today is Tuesday. Yeah, I have one really bad song and a couple of really improvised songs on the channel. So if you want to just hear those, you can look there to Jokos. So, I know it's a Jokos. I do too. Okay. If you were not here yesterday, quick summary. Oberon and Titania got married. There is not a hula hoop stream. I could do a hula hoop stream. I am a hula hoop master. I can't do tricks, but I can hula hoop for a very, very, very long time. And it's not just pink either. It's pink and gray. How exciting, right? Okay. So Oberon and Titania, who are the king of the fairies and the queen of the fairies. No. Theseus and Hippolyta just got married. Right? Wait. Yeah, Theseus and Hippolyta just got married. And they're like really excited about it, whatever. And then we've got Hermia and Helena, who are the two like young lady leads. And then we've got Demetrius and Lysander. Demetrius has slept with Helena, but Demetrius wants Hermia. Hermia wants Lysander, Lysander wants Hermia, and no one wants Helena, but Helena wants Demetrius. Anyway. And then there are also a whole bunch of dudes in the forest who want to do a play for this wedding. And that's it. That's literally it. Okay. Act 2, Scene 1. If I miss something, please tell me. Chat, you know what I'm missing if I miss something. So I thought that was a pretty good and contrite summary. So we're starting Act 2. It's nighttime and we're in the palace wood. See, something that's nice about this, that I have a good feeling about, is that there are going to be no scenes in the streets because it's set in the forest. So I'm pretty hyped about that. Enter separately Robin Goodfellow and a fairy. Robin Goodfellow, for everyone who doesn't know, because why would anybody know this? Because we've never ever said this before. Puck is Robin Goodfellow. Robin Goodfellow is Puck. Okay? Yes. I will be calling him Puck because I don't care what Mr. Cedric Watts put. Right, it's a tragedy without the streets. I agree. But anyway, I will be saying Puck instead of Robin Goodfellow because I can't imagine him as Robin. Anyway, Puck. Wow, we're starting off really strong. How now, Bronco? Spirit. Whither wander you? And then the fairy says, oh, you've already got a song. Let me get my microphone. Brief intermission. Already. Wow, look at that loading screen. Is it made by fairies? It's so amazing. Wow. Look at that high-tech and high-resolution loading screen. Wow. So amazing. Wow. I can't even imagine someone making that. It's just too good. Okay, we're ready. Wow. Here's the song. Da-da-da-da. This one's from the fairies. I know! There's only... I'm not gonna defend myself to Jokos. It's a great loading screen the way it is. Over hill, over dale, through bush, through briar, over park, over pale, thorough flood, thorough fire. Ba-da, ba, ba-da. I do wander everywhere, swifter than the moon sphere, the moon sphere, the moon sphere, and I serve the fairy queen to do her orbs upon the green, upon the green, upon the green. The cowslips tall, her pensioners be, in their gold coats upon, spots you see, those be rubies, fairy favors, in those freckles live their savior's daw. And then that's the end of the song. But the fairies continue and they say, I must go seek some dewdrops here and hang a pearl in every cowslip's ear. Farewell, thou law of spirits. I'll be gone. Our queen and all her elves come here anon. Robin. Puck. Puck says, the king doth keep his revels here tonight. Take heed the queen come not within his sight. For Oberon is passing fell in wrath, because that she is her attendant hath a lovely boy, stolen from an Indian king. She never had so sweet a changeling. And jealous Oberon would have the child knight of his train, so traced the forest wild. But she, perforce, withholds the loved boy, crowns him with flowers and makes him all her joy. And now they never meet in grove or green, by fountain clear or spangled starlight sheen. But they do swear that all their elves for fear creep into acorn cups and hide them there. Okay. So the king is going into the palace wood because he can't see the queen because, you know, the tradition of you can't see the wife the night before the wedding. And so they're basically saying, make sure he stays here, make sure she doesn't come either, because you want to make sure that there is good luck upon the wedding day. And the fairy says, either I mistake your shape in making quiet, or else you are that shrewd and knavish sprite, called Robin Goodfellow. Are not you he that frightens the maidens of the villagery, skim milk, and sometimes labour in the queen, and bootless make the breathless housewife churn, and sometime make the drink to bear no barn? This lead night wanderers laughing at their harm? Those that hobgoblin call you, and sweet Puck, you do their work, and they shall have good luck. Are not you he? So essentially the fairy is describing who Robin Goodfellow is. She's like, are you not like the trickster who's very witty and like conniving? You like stir the pot and you know, always make people solve riddles. And the fairy's just like, if you are who you say you are, everything's gonna be fine. Don't worry about it. You know, you're smart enough to keep this under control. And Robin, aka Puck, says, thou speakest right. I am the merry wanderer of the night. I jest to Oberon and make him smile, when I a fat and bean-fed horse beguile, neighing in the likeness of a filly foal, and sometime lurk I in a gossip's bowl, in very likeness of a roasted crab, and when she drinks against her lips I bob, and on her withered dewlap pour the ale. The wisest aunt, telling the saddest tale, sometime for 3-footstool maketh me. Then slip I from her bum, down topples she, and Tailor cries, and falls into a cough, and then the whole choir hold their hips and laugh, and waxen in their mirth, and knees end swear a merrier hour was never wasted there. But room, fairy, here comes Oberon. So Robin's essentially bragging and saying like, oh yeah, but I'm also like such a cool guy. I'm like the life of the party, and if I don't get invited to a party, you know, no one's gonna have a good time. Because I'm so good at being funny, but also entertaining, and blah, blah, blah. But then he's like, okay, shut up. Oberon is coming, who is the king of the fairies. So Oberon comes. Oh, and then the fairy says, and here my mistress, would that he were gone. So from one side, Oberon enters, and his retinue, which I'm guessing is his train. And then from the other side, Titania enters with her retinue, aka her train. Choo-choo. And Oberon says, ill met by moonlight, proud Titania. And Titania says, what jealous Oberon, fairies skip hence, I have forsworn his bed and company. Oberon, tarry, rash wanton, am not I thy lord? So she's just like, okay, I am not going to be sleeping in his bed tonight. I'm not going to be with him right now. And Oberon's like, oh, please do stay. Please take your time. Tarry means to take time. Take your time, whatever. Am I not thy lord? Am I not the man that you love? Titania. Then I must be thy lady, and I know that thou, when thou hast stolen away from fairyland, and in the shape of Corin sat all day, playing on pipes of corn, and versing love to amorous Phillida. Why art thou here, come from the farthest steep of India? But that, forsooth, the bouncing Amazon, your buskinid, mistress and your warrior love, to Theseus must be wedded, and you come to give her their bed joy and prosperity. So yeah, they are quarreling right now. She's just like, what have you done all day? You've been sitting on your ass, and you've been talking to the gods, and flirting with Phillida, who's, I'm guessing, a goddess of something. But let's see. Let's go to the back. I don't like how I have to go to the back for the footnotes, not gonna lie. I'm not a fan of that. Conventional names in the tradition of pastoral verse for the young and amorous shepherd and shepherdess. Okay, so essentially she's accusing him of flirting with like a plain woman. And just doing nothing all day. And Oberon said, how canst thou thus, for shame, Titania, glance at my credit with Hippolyta, knowing I know thy love to Theseus? Didst thou not lead him through the glimmering night from Periguna, whom he ravished and make him with fair eagles break his faith with Oh, man, these names are hard. Ariadne and Antiopa. When he's got the babe. Yeah, I know, right? But Oberon is shaming Titania because he's saying that Titania was flirting with Theseus at one point. Because Theseus and her, like, had a thing at some point. So Oberon is essentially saying, how can you be jealous when I should be the one jealous of you who actually has a thing for someone that you actually know about? Titania goes on. Ooh, she's got a lot to say about that. Titania's got a lot of lines coming up. Just put on that seatbelt. That Titania seatbelt. These are the forgeries of jealousy, and never since the midsummer spring met we on a hill, in dale, forest, or mead, by paved fountain, or by rushy brook, or in the beached margent of the sea, to dance our ringlets to the whistling wind. But with thy brows thou hast disturbed our sport. Therefore, the winds, piping to us in vain, as in revenge, have sucked up from the sea contagious fogs, which falling in the land hath every pelting river made so proud that they have overborne their continents. The ox hath therefore stretched his yoke in vain, and ploughman lost his sweat, and the green corn hath rotted ere his young attained a beard. The fold stands empty in the drowned field, and crows are fatted with the Murrian flock. The 9 men's morris is filled up with mud, and the quaint mazes of the wanton green, for lack of tread, are undistinguishable. The human mortals want their winter cheer. No night is now with hymns or carol blessed. Therefore the moon, the governess of floods, pale in her anger washes all the air. That rheumatic disease do abound, and thorough this distemperature. We see the seasons alter. Hoary-headed frosts fall in the fresh lap of the crimson rose, and on old Hime's thin and icy crown an odorous chaplet of sweet summer buds is, as in mockery, set. The spring, the summer, the chilling autumn, angry winter, change their wonted liveries, and the mazed world by their increase now knows not which is which. And this same progeny of evils comes from our debate, from our dissension. We are their parents and original. Okay. Good night, Lorenzo. See you tomorrow. So essentially, Titania said, well, I haven't even been in the same area as this man, Theseus, since the middle of summer spring. Good night, Lorenzo. But essentially, she's just like, look, I haven't seen him in a while, okay? Stop accusing me of things that you don't know anything about. And then she kind of talks about the inconsistency of the weather, because the way that they are fighting, the way that Oberon and Titania are fighting affects the weather, because they are supernatural people. They're supernatural beings. Titania and Oberon are king and queen of the fairies, and therefore also have the ability to change the weather. And Titania is saying, with all of these quarrels and all of these fights and all of the jealousy that we experience in our relationship, it's affecting the way the seasons are balanced, and people are feeling the wrath of our conflict, essentially, through the snow and the wind and the inconsistency of how hot the summer is, how cold the winter is, things like that. And Oberon says, do you amend it then? It lies in you. What should Titania cross her Oberon? I do but beg a little changeling boy to be my henchman. And Titania says, set your heart at rest. The fairyland buys not the child of me. His mother was a votress of my order, and in the spiced Indian air by night. Full often hath she gossiped by my side, and sat with me on Neptune's yellow sands, marking the embarked traders on the flood. When we have laughed to see the sails conceive, and grow big-bellied with the wanton wind, which she with pretty and with swimming gait following, her womb then rich with my young squire, would imitate, and sail upon the land to fetch me trifles and return again, as from a voyage rich with merchandise. But she, being mortal, of that boy did die, and for her sake do I rear up her boy, and for her sake I will not part with him. Okay. So, they're kind of talking about... Okay, so Oberon wants a henchman. He's saying, I want a changeling boy as my henchman, which, I mean, a changeling is mortal. And I'm guessing Oberon and Titania are not mortal creatures because of the way that they're talking. And essentially Titania's like, no, that's not a good idea, because he will grow weak, he will grow old, he will die. And it's the shortcomings of having a mortal as your assistant. And Oberon says, how long within this wood intend you stay? Ooh, man. He's just like, are you leaving yet, Titania? Are you leaving yet? And Titania says, perchance till after Theseus's wedding day, if you will patiently dance in our round and see our moonlight revels. Go with us. If not, shun me and I will spare your haunts. So Titania essentially just invited Oberon to the wedding, and Oberon says, give me that boy and I will go with thee. Titania, not for thy fairy kingdom. Fairies away. We shall chide downright if I longer stay. And Titania and her retinue exit. She's just like, I'm not giving you anybody or anything. So good luck with that. I don't even want your fairy kingdom in exchange for that. And Oberon says, well, go thy way. Thou shalt not from this grove till I torment thee for this injury. My gentle Puck, come hither. Thou rememberest since once I sat upon a promontory. And heard a mermaid on a dolphin's back uttering such dulcet and harmonious breath that the rude sea grew civil at her song, and certain stars shot madly from their spheres to hear the sea maid's music. Sea maid's music would probably mean a siren song. So essentially he's saying the temptation of a siren once at sea. And Robin, aka Puck, says, I remember. What a great contribution. Anyway, Oberon is continuing with his spiel. But I'm guessing Puck kind of has this relationship with Oberon where he's like, okay, I can't talk that much because I am not an authority figure. So therefore I have to speak very little in order to let these people who are above me get their words out. So Oberon says, in so many words, that very time I saw, but thou couldst not, flying between the cold moon and the earth, Cupid, all armed. A certain aim he took at a fair vestal, throned by the west, and loosed his love shaft smartly from his bow, as it should pierce 100,000 hearts. But I might see young Cupid's fiery shaft quenched in the chaste beams of the watery moon. And the imperial votress passed on, and made in meditation fancy-free. Yet marked I where the bolt of Cupid fell, it fell upon a little western flower, before milk-white, now purple with love's wound, and made its call it love and idleness. Fetch me that flower, the herb I showed thee once. The juice of it, on sleeping eyelids laid, will make or man or woman madly dote upon the next live creature that it sees. Fetch me this herb, and be thou here again, ere the Leviathan can swim a league. So, there's a flower that Oberon wants Puck to get. And it has a love spell cast upon it. So if you put it on the eyes of somebody who's sleeping, when they wake up, the first person that they see, they fall in love with. Because Cupid shot it with his arrow, and so it's got the love spell in the flower, but obviously the flower can't fall in love with anybody because it's not animate. So when it touches the skin of or the eyelids of someone who is animate, they fall in love with somebody. And Robin says, I'll put a girdle round about the earth in 40 minutes. And I'm guessing Oberon wants to put this on Titania so that either A, he can make her fall in love with him again, or B, to like play a prank on her so that she falls in love with someone that she doesn't necessarily like. So Puck exits, and Oberon says, having once this juice, I'll watch Titania when she is asleep and drop the liquor of it in her eyes. The next thing then she, waking, looks upon, be it on lion, bear, or wolf, or bull, or meddling monkey, or on busy ape, she shall pursue it with the soul of love. And ere I take the charm from off her sight, as I take it with another herb, I'll make her render up her page to me. But who comes here? I am invisible, and I will overhear their conference. So he's trying to get her to fall in love with somebody, like literally anybody, with this spell, and he will lift it from her eventually, and upon lifting it, he will ask for her page, her assistant, essentially, to have himself, because he did her this favor of not being in love anymore. So Demetrius enters and Helena follows. Demetrius says, I love thee not, therefore pursue me not. Where is Lysander and fair Hermia? The one I'll slay, the other one slayeth me. Thou toldest me they were stolen unto this wood, and here I am in wood within this wood, because I cannot meet my Hermia. Hence, get thee gone, and follow me no more. So Helena told Demetrius that Hermia and Lysander would be running away to the wood together. Helena says, You draw me, you hard-hearted adamant, and yet you draw not iron, for my heart is true as steel. Leave you your power to draw, and I shall have no power to follow you. Helena's just heartbroken. She's just like, I can't believe this man does not love me back. I just need him to love me back. Demetrius says, Do I entice you? Do I speak you fair? Or rather, do I not in plainest truth tell you, I do not, nor I cannot love you? And even for that do I love you the more. Oh, Helena says that. Sorry. So Demetrius is just like, I don't like you, okay? Get out. And Helena says, and even for that I do love you. Do I love you the more? For I am your spaniel. And Demetrius, the more you beat me, I will fawn on you. Use me, but as your spaniel, spurn me, strike me, neglect me, lose me. Only give me leave, unworthy as I am to follow you. What worser place can I beg in your love, and yet a place of high respect with me, than to be used as you use your dog? So she's essentially saying, I am worth nothing. I am totally fine with that. And no matter what you do to me, no matter what you do to my heart, I will still be by your side as if I am your dog. She's essentially saying, I know. She sounds like a fucking masochist. I know. She's like a masochistic slave. She's just like, do whatever you want to me. I will still be by your side. And Demetrius says, tempt not too much the hatred of my spirit, for I am sick when I do look on thee. Oh, Demetrius is such an asshole. He's just degrading her, and he's being like, okay, Helena, I feel sick to my stomach just looking at you. Is she really that unattractive or just that unappealing to him? And Helena says, and I am sick when I look not on you. God, she's like a teenager kind of, though. They're both really annoying, so they both deserve each other. Demetrius, you do impeach your modesty too much. I leave the city and commit yourself into the hands of one that loves you not, to trust the opportunity of night and the ill counsel of a desert place, with the rich worth of your virginity. She's not a virgin, bro. You literally slept with her, Demetrius. What are you fucking talking about? And Helena says, your virtue is my privilege. For that, it is not night when I do see your face. Therefore, I think I am not in the night. Nor doth this wood lack worlds of company, for you in my respect are all the world. Then, how can it be said that I am alone, when all the world is here to look on me? And Demetrius says, I'll run from thee, and hide me in the brakes, and leave thee to the mercy of wild beasts. He would literally rather she die in the woods and get torn apart by the mysterious whatever is in the woods than have to talk to her for another day. And Helena says, the wildest hath not such a heart as you. Run when you will, the story shall be changed. Apollo flies, and Daphne holds the chase. The dove pursues the griffin, the mild hind makes speed to catch the tiger, bootless speed when cowardice pursues, and valor flies. She's like, I'm not going to give up. It doesn't matter how wild they are, I will survive. Demetrius, I will not stay thy questions. Let me go, or if thou follow me, do not believe, but I shall do thee mischief in the wood. Helena, I, in the temple, in the town, the field, you do me mischief. Fie, Demetrius, your wrongs do set a scandal on my sex. We cannot fight for love as men may do. We should be wooed, and we're not made to woo. And then Demetrius just leaves in the middle of her fucking line. I'll follow thee and make a heaven of hell, to die upon the hand I love so well. And she just follows him. She's essentially just like, Wonder if old-time a-holes used her as an example for why not to sleep with virgins. I know that's a stupid piece of advice shared to this day. Yeah, I guess. Maybe it is, because it could just be like a, hey, don't sleep with somebody if you're not ready to commit to somebody. Essentially, is what Shakespeare, I feel like, is trying to do, is like a warning. Because, I mean, back in the day, what you were supposed to do is you're supposed to marry the person that you are even remotely intimate with. Even if you kiss somebody, it's like, well, you're gonna get married now. Anyway, so Helena and Demetrius are out, and Oberon is listening in. So he listened into this entire conversation, because he's nosy. What's up, Flex? Welcome to stream. Oberon says, fare thee well, nymph. Ere he do leave this grove, thou shalt fly him, and he shall seek thy love. And then Robin comes in. Hast thou the flower there? Welcome, wanderer. And then Puck, aka Robin, says, aye, there it is. So he got the flower that's going to make people fall in love. Or make... What's her name? Make Titania fall in love with the first person she sees upon waking up. And Oberon says, I pray thee give it to me. I know a bank whereon the wild thyme blows, where oxlips and the nodding violet grows, quite over canopied with luscious woodbine, with sweet musk roses and with elegant thyme. There sleeps Titania some time of the night, lulled in these flowers with dances and delight, and there the snake throws her enameled skin, weed wide enough to wrap a fairy in. And with the juice of this I'll streak her eyes and make her full of hateful fantasies. I think it's supposed to be fantasize, because it's supposed to rhyme, but that's not how you say fantasies. Anyway, it's just for context. Take thou some of it, and seek through this grove. A sweet Athenian lady is in love. With a disdainful youth anoint his eyes, but do it with the next thing he espies. May be the lady. Thou shalt know the man by the Athenian garments he hath on. Affect it with some care, that he may prove more fond on her than she upon her love. And look thou meet me ere the first cock crow. Robin. Fear not, my lord. Your servant shall do so. And then they exeunt. So Oberon is just being like, okay, he's explaining again how the flower works. And I'm guessing too, like, and this always happens. You go to see a play, there's always at least one person sleeping in the play. It's like when you go to the movies, there's always one person sleeping at the movies. And so he's essentially just explaining again what's going to happen. Titania's going to have the flowers put on her eyes while she's sleeping by Puck. Then she's going to wake up and she's going to fall in love. Okay, scene 2. Lit. We knocked that out of the park. Okay. The wood, enter Titania and her retinue. So Titania is still in the woods. She's walking around, whatever. We're getting a glimpse into this. Titania says, come now. A roundel in a fairy song, then, for the third part of a minute, hence. Some to kill cankers in the musk rose bud, some war with rare mice, for their leathern wings to make my small elves' coats, and some keep back the clamorous owl that nightly hoots and wonders at our quaint spirits. Sing me now asleep, then to your offices and let me rest. Oh my god. I don't want to sing. Okay. Here we go. Why are the fairies always singing? I don't understand. Home run! Home run? Why home run? I'm confused. Okay. Anyway, so Titania is like reclining in the woods. I'm guessing she's like sitting on a bed of flowers and just like having a great time. And the fairies sing and dance and they're like, la 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 la, la 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 la, da 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 da. And then Fairy 1 comes in with their solo. Okay. Oh, I did knock the scene out of the park. Heck yeah, I did. Okay. You spotted snakes with double tongue, thorny hedgehogs be not seen. Newts and blind worms do no wrong, come not near our fairy queen. And then the chorus comes in. I don't know if it's Philomele, so I'm going to say Philomele. Philomele with melody, sing in our sweet lullaby. La 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 lullaby. La 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 lullaby. It literally says that. It says la 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 lullaby. And then never harm nor spell, nor charm. Come our lovely lady nigh. So good night with a lullaby. And then the fairy comes in by himself again. It's another solo. Weaving spiders, come not here. Hence you long-legged spinners, hence. Beetles black approach not near. Worm no snail, do no offense. And then they sing the same thing for the chorus. God, this is torture. Fill a melee with melody, singing our sweet lullaby, la 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 lullaby, la 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 lullaby. Never harm, nor spell, nor charm, come our lovely lady nigh. So good night with a lullaby. And then Titania falls asleep. And then Fairy 2 comes in with the final solo and goes, and it's like really sweet and charming, and it's like a little ballady part, and goes, hands, I'm sorry, hands away, now all is well, once aloof, stand sentinel. And then they all exit, thank God. Oh my God. Why are there so many fucking music parts? Okay. Enter Oberon. He drips the juice upon Titania's eyelids. Oh, he juiced that flower. Okay. Oberon. What a weirdo. Milking flowers. And Oberon says, what thou seest when thou dost wake, do it for thy true love take. Love and languish for his sake, be it ounce or cat or bear, pard or boar with bristled hair, in thy eye that shall appear when thou wakest, it is thy dear. Wake when some vile thing is near. And then he exits. He's hoping that she falls in love. He's hoping that she falls in love with like some kind of wild beast in the forest instead of like an actual person. But anyway, Lysander and Hermia come in. Lysander says, remember, they're in love. Fair love, you faint with wandering in the wood, and to speak troth, I have forgot our way. Oh my God. Lysander, you forgot the Google Maps. He forgot to drop a pin at his aunt's house. We'll rest us, Hermia, if you think it is good, and tarry for the comfort of the day. And Hermia says, oh, be it so, Lysander, find you out of bed, for I upon this bank will rest my head. She's like, oh, I forgive you, Lysander, it's okay. It's okay. And Lysander says, oh, one turf shall serve as pillow for us both. Oh, they're gonna share pillows, how cringe. One heart, one bed, two bosoms, and one trough. Two bosoms. Okay, Lysander. We get it. You know how to count. At least when it comes to bosoms. I know he's saying hearts, but still. Hermia. Nay, good Lysander, for my sake, my dear, lie further off yet. Do not lie so near. No, because I mean bosom technically means heart when it comes to Shakespeare, but I mean, I'm just making a dumb joke. Anyway, Lysander. Oh, take the scent sweet of my innocence. Love takes the meaning in love's conference. I mean that my heart unto yours is knit, so that by one heart we can make of it. Two bosoms interchained with an oath. So then two bosoms in a single troth. Jesus Christ, how many bosoms are there? Then by your side no bedroom me deny for lying. So Hermia, I do not lie. Hermia then says, right, I know, so many bosoms, right, T? Lysander riddles very prettily. Now much beshrew my manners and my pride, if Hermia meant to say Lysander lied. But gentle friend, for love and courtesy lie further off in human modesty. Such separation as may well be said, becomes a virtuous bachelor and a maid. So far be distant, and good night, sweet friend. Thy love never alter till thy sweet life end. So essentially she's saying good night in so many words. And Lysander says, Amen, amen to that fair prayer, say I, and then end life when I end loyalty. Here is my bed. Sleep give thee all his rest. And Hermia says, with half that wish, the wisher's eye be pressed. And they both fall asleep. And then Robin Goodfellow enters. And that's Puck, by the way. This is, it doesn't say sing, so I'm not going to sing it. It's in poem form, though. It's giving me, I think it's like, what's it called? Sonnet form. I think it's in sonnet form. Through the forest I have gone, but Athenian found I none, on whose eyes I might approve this flower's force in stirring love. Night in silence. Who is here? Weeds of Athens he doth wear. This is he, my master said. Despised the Athenian man, and here the maiden sleeping sound on the dank and dirty ground. Pretty soul, she durst not lie near this lack love, this kill courtesy. Churl upon the eyes I throw all the power this charm doth owe. Okay. So he's dripping the juice on Lysander's eyes. Because he was like, I don't know who the hell this Athenian is, but like, I guess it's him, because he told me to find this dude that he's been looking for. When thou wakest, let love forbid, sleep his seat on thy eyelid. Go, so awake when I am gone, for I must now to Oberon. So he put it on Lysander's eyes. I think it was supposed to be Demetrius who was supposed to have I think it's Demetrius who he was supposed to put it on, because Helena is in love with Demetrius, but Demetrius doesn't love her back, and he's like, oh, but they kissed, whatever, and so he should commit, I think is what happened. So, does this book have pictures? It has a cover, but that's about it. That's the only picture you get. So, really take it in. It's not a picture book, it's a play. Anyway, enter Demetrius and Helena. And Helena says, Stay, though thou kill me, sweet Demetrius. And then Demetrius says, I charge thee hence, and do not haunt me thus. Helena, O wilt thou, darkling, leave me? Do not so. Demetrius, stay on thy peril, I alone will go. And Demetrius leaves. And Helena says, I am out of breath in this fond chase. The more my prayer, the lesser in my grace. Happy is Hermia, wheresoever she lies, for she hath blessed and attractive eyes. How came her eyes so bright, not with salt tears? If so, my eyes are oftener washed than hers. No. I am as ugly as a bear, for beasts that meet me run away for fear. Therefore no marvel through a Demetrius do, as a monster, fly my presence thus. What wicked and dissembling glass of mine made me compare with Hermia's fiery eyne? But who is here? Lysander on the ground? Dead or asleep? I see no blood, no wound. Lysander, if you live, good sir, awake. No! Helena just woke up Lysander. And Lysander has the potion on his eyes to fall in love with whoever he sees first when he's awake. Really? And yes, it is a telephone, but it's my doorbell. It's not a telephone where I can make calls. How astute. So, anyway, Lysander leaps up. And run through fire I will for thy sweet sake, transparent Helena. Nature shows art that through thy bosom makes me see thy heart. Where is Demetrius? Oh, how fit a word is the vile name to perish on my sword. And Helena says, Do not say so, Lysander, say not so. What though he love your Hermia? What though he love your Hermia? Lord, what though? Yet Hermia still loves you. Then be content. Lysander, content with Hermia? No. I do repent the tedious minutes I with her have spent. Not Hermia, but Helena I love. Who will not change a raven for a dove? The will of man is by his reason swayed, and reason says you are the worthier maid. Things growing are not ripe until their season, so I, being young, till now ripe not to reason. And touching now the point of human skill, reason becomes the marshal of my will, and leads me to your eyes where I o'erlook love's stories written in love's richest book. We are on Act 2, Scene 2, but we're almost to the end of Scene 2, just so you know. Anyway, okay, so now Lysander is in love with Helena because he woke up to Helena, and Helena's just like, what the fuck? Why are you in love with me, Lysander? I don't like you. So Lysander likes Helena. Helena likes Demetrius. Demetrius likes Hermia, and Hermia likes Lysander. But none of them like each other back anymore. Lysander used to like Hermia back, but now that he has the spell on his eyes, he doesn't like her anymore. Because he likes Helena now. And Helena says, wherefore was I to this keen mockery born, when at your hands did I deserve this scorn? It's not enough, young man, that I did never know, nor never can deserve a sweet look from Demetrius's eye, but you must flout my insufficiency? Good troth, you do me wrong, good sooth you do, in such disdainful manner me to woo. But fare you well, perforce. I must confess I thought you lord of more true gentleness. That a lady of one man refused should of another therefore be abused. And she exits. So she's offended. She thinks he's being sarcastic. She thinks that he is mocking her for not being loved by Demetrius. So she's just like, why are you doing this to me? Why are you making fun of me right now? And essentially just making a fool out of me and saying that you love me when really no one is in love with me. When I'm just too hideous to be loved by anyone, essentially is what Helena's saying. So she just storms off. And Lysander says, she sees not Hermia. Hermia, sleep thou there, and never mayest thou come Lysander near. For as a surfeit of the sweetest things, the deepest loathing to the stomach brings, or as the heresies that men do leave, are hated most of those they did deceive. So thou, my surfeit and my heresy, of all be hated but the most of me, and all my powers address your love and might, to honor Helen, and to be her knight. And he exits, because he's following Helena. Sorry, he called her Helen. I don't know why he called her Helen. So, Hermia then wakes. After all of this, no one's there anymore. It's just Hermia. And she's awaking. Help me, Lysander, help me. Do thy best to pluck this crawling serpent from my breast. Ay me, for pity, what a dream was here, Lysander. Look how I do quake with fear. Methought a serpent ate my heart away, and you sat smiling at his cruel prey. Lysander. What? Remove it? Lysander, Lord! What, out of hearing gone? No sound, no word? Alack, where are you? Speak. And if you hear, speak of all loves, I swoon almost with fear. No. Then I well perceive you are not nigh. Either death, or you I'll find immediately. And then she exits. She's just like, whoa, what the hell happened to Lysander? She's like, what the hell? He was right here, right next to me, and now he's gone? What? Okay. So, now, Lysander's in love with Helena. Hermia's upset because Lysander left the flower bed they were sleeping in before she woke up. Which, I mean, I kind of get it. It sucks when you wake up and you're supposed to be next to somebody and they're actually not there anymore and you're like, oh, but I wanted cuddles this morning. Ah! But, okay, so she is essentially just upset, and so she's following him into the wood, and so now everyone is really upset. Because nobody loves them back. At least the person that they love does not love them back. Everybody's on edge. Oberon is just such a meme king right now, even though he sucks at memeing. Because he just basically pranked everyone. He's just Ashton Kutcher right now. He's gonna come in and he's gonna be like, you just got punked. So, yeah, it's just, it's upsetting. But yeah, that's where we're at right now. Great. We got through scene 2. These are we're really plowing through these. These acts are going by really quickly compared to the others. I'm guessing the dramas are longer than the comedies, which I mean makes sense, because I mean typically if you watch a comedy versus a drama when it comes to film, dramas are usually longer. Same thing with television shows. Comedies are 22 minutes and dramas are 44, at least in the US, because you got to have enough time to advertise literally everything that's on the market. But yeah, I'm excited to see where this is going. It looks like Bottom is going to be coming back in Act 3. That's right. I know he's a fan favorite. But yeah, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for coming. Thanks for watching. If you're interested in Act 3 tomorrow and you want to get notified as to when I start streaming, feel free to follow me. If not, that's cool too. Thanks for dropping in today and just being interested. I do upload these to my YouTube channel, so if you want to watch them again, you can watch them on my channel this week, or you can watch them on YouTube anytime, any place. So have a good time, have a good night, have a good day, keep chugging, whatever. I'll see you later. Bye.